Hi there and welcome to the post-match reaction from Hampden, where Rangers have defeated Ross County 6-0. I think I'm in danger of saying I might have actually enjoyed that one, Tommy. What was your overall thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I don't think the word defeat covers it when you scored 6, to be honest with you. And yeah, listen, we'll get all the caveats out early. We know it's Ross County, they've not been great, but today's a day for positivity. Scored 6 goals, clean sheet. Suns managed to stay pretty decent actually. So yeah, I'm in a really good mood.
Yeah, me too. I can't believe it. I was expecting more positivity as to build on the back of last week, but I wasn't expecting that. It was a different team today, but
yeah. But just on that, I mean, just in terms of match reactions and stuff like that, I've been here earlier for the Motherwell game, a win. Then you get the likes of Craig and Ross and stuff like that, and then we turn up, me and you, Kyle, and it's 6. So answers in the comments. Maybe we should just do these all the time.
I back that fully. But listen, Rangers lined up with a team: Butland in goal, Tav, Suter, Balogun coming in for the injured Proper, Jefty at left back, Barron, Sterling, Cherney, Lawrence, Matondo, and Dessers. I know.
Well done.
Because there was so many players came out, I was struggling to get that out there. Let's talk about the sort of opening 20 minutes of the game. Rangers playing some nice stuff. You could see some players just sort of trying to get their confidence up during the game. And then as the goal came in 18 minutes, starts at left back, found Jefty makes a good run into the opposition half, crosses it into Lawrence. Lawrence sort of pivots and finds Dessers, and Dessers does something that he doesn't normally do and scores his first chance, Tommy.
Yeah. Listen, that's a pretty good synopsis there as well. And I think you're right. It was a bit stodgy. We kind of held onto the ball pretty well, first 15 or whatever, but it wasn't terribly, kind of chance laden. And as you say, Hefty, and we should talk a lot about him as well. I like the fact he drives that. He's great at spotting space to run into and coming from deep as well. I think there's a lot to work with there with him, and I know Philippe Clement in the press conference was kind of saying he's a player that he likes, and it'll be interesting how that kind of plays in games to come. But yeah, Lawrence, I think arguably his best game in a Rangers jersey today as well. We'll touch on that, and then as you said, it falls to Cyril Dessers, Rangers number 9. I said it again, it's Motherwell in the post-match reaction. I'll say it again, he's in danger of winning his war of words with the Rangers fans there. He's winning people over minute by minute, and he takes it. It's a nice wee finish just in at the far corner as well. So yeah, and it kind of lit us up, and then you'll touch on it in your agenda anyway, but I'm determined to blow your agenda up.
I'm used to it, so I'm fine.
So you can comment on this then. So then you get a really good feeling from that, and then all of a sudden another chance comes right along. And it's role reversal. Dessers gets it in the middle, holds it up well, spots it, plays it in nicely across into Tom Lawrence running through, pick us up from there.
Well, at that point, I think it just shows you the sort of contrast and confidence in the two players. I think a more confident Tav does that. It's just, I think maybe I don't know if the shout from the crowd maybe influenced his decision making in that one, but he sort of sclaffed it, and it was neither a shot nor a cross. But
well, that's the Tav chance. I was talking about the Tom Lawrence chance bursting through as well. But listen, actually, we can go back to that. I do want to talk about James Tavernier, and you're talking about his confidence there. Do you think he's really, really lacking? Because the one where he burst into the box and County end up breaking on us, and Butland makes a great save and gets up and knocks it away. Tav, he's like 10 yards out, and he tries to dink a wee ball as opposed to just shooting.
Yeah. But again, I'll go back. It's his confidence levels for me that I'm more confident Tav is doing something much more productive in the box. I try not to be negative, but in the opening part of that game, you could see as the game went on, Tav got better as his confidence increased. It was as simple as that. But listen, the next talking point in the game, all we'll be doing is just talking about goals this whole podcast, and I'm all for it.
That's not a bad thing.
I know.
I'll take that.
I'll take it all day long. Again, Tav, that's what I'm saying. He grew into the game more. He got a bit more confident.
Coming middle as well. Coming into that central. You were talking about this in the Gantry. Coming into that central position, picking it up, linking up the play. I really liked seeing that.
Agreed. Well, that's what everybody's been saying in the stands. Is Tav got the legs? His legs aren't there. So movement a more central position.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Yeah, it worked. And he was picking out some good passes. But here, he made a run down the right hand side and he crossed the ball. And it was. First of all, what did you think of Rangers crossing today? Because obviously we got a couple of goals from it, and well, Matondo, he was at the right place, right time.
Exactly. Yeah. Listen, I think you're right. I think we'd set up to utilise the space. Like Sacherny and Matondo getting at the full backs and pushing them, trying to cut them. The ball's into the box. were decent, but also the movement in the box was really good as well, getting across players, and that happened from Matondo's goal and stuff like that as well. And I think it was quite clear there was a lot of interplay and a lot of movement at the front end of the park, people interchanging positions, really stretching Ross County. And I go back to, scoring 6 goals, keeping a clean sheet, always difficult to do. Great performance. Ross County aren't great, and you can see there's problems there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Rangers' movement, once we got the first one and we started to grow into it more and more, Ross County just could not keep up with it. And I think that movement is something that's really important. And again, something Philippe Clement touched on in the press conference about the fact that this is more and more what he wants to see. But he still thinks, and is standing by his comments, that we won't see the best of this Rangers squad that he's got right now until October, November. And he is hoping for a couple of new faces in this week.
Oh, that is music to my ears.
He's literally just said it.
Yeah,
so,
music to my ears, we'll see. But that's the thing, it depends what we're going to do with Rabbi Matondo now, because if you'd asked me yesterday, I'd have got out the club. But then
I think the word that will come up with though is consistency.
Yeah.
So, I think Matondo was great today. There's no arguments it's his best performance in the Rangers jersey, but best performance a couple of years in to your career, and never been really that consistent. If there's a decent enough amount of money on the table, you still take it.
That is the old Peter Lovenkrantz playing well when there's a contract or more money on the table. The next talking point, 58 minutes, is that man Rabbi Matondo again. I think this was his first assist of the game. Down the left wing, really, it's not something you see him doing, getting his head down, taking a man on, keeping good control of the ball. Took it past the Ross County player, and he played it into and I love this phrase, the corridor of uncertainty.
I'm not using that.
So there it is. There's your buzzwords for the pod right there. But really good ball, and Dessers again. I think this might have been his second chance of the game, and
he was clinical.
Clinical. He took the words right out of my mouth. What did you make of this goal, and a word on Dessers' performance today?
Well, I'll concentrate more on Dessers because you've said that, and I am definitely not using that cliche. It's absolutely not a chance, right? So he plays it in a dangerous position, is essentially what you're trying to say there.
Yeah.
And it's good movement. He gets across, and I think the important thing with Cyril Dessers today was the movement. He was a handful.
Yeah.
Up top, he was running into the good spaces. He was attacking players. He was holding it up, arguably better than I've seen him hold up against anybody. Yeah. And then looking about for the good layoffs. You saw that with the Tom Lawrence chance as well, where he actually pulls it in, takes a step away, looks at it. There was another chance where he managed to hold it in close and then turn the defender and have a good run into the box that kind of fizzled out, potentially a penalty shout, but. I think he was doing all that stuff well today. Yep. And when it all comes together, evidently you're seeing why Cyril Dessers has been a goal scorer. And so hopefully we're seeing more and more. Again, I go back to, Philippe Clement was saying that he wished he'd met Cyril Dessers when Cyril Dessers was younger in his career, because he could have developed him more. And he thinks there's still more to get refined in his game. I mean, that's quite clear. It's just whether he can refine it. But performances like today are very positive.
Yeah, no, it was a great game for Cyril Dessers today. So yeah, I think that's entirely fair enough. Next action point comes in 63 minutes, and for me, this was the best goal of the whole game. The wee question, I actually thought the ball might have been out, but Tav done really well to win the ball. It starts at the right back. Finds a really good ball into Dessers, who's almost in the centre circle, and it was doing my head in that Dynamo Kiev game that he wasn't looking for anybody to pass the ball on here, but he found a really good ball. Matondo runs down, and again, it's not just a percentage pass. This is an accurate pass. It finds Lawrence's feet, and it was a really good finish for the fourth goal of the game. What did you make of this goal? And for me, that just some Rangers play and their confidence levels up at this point.
Yeah, I think you've nailed it there, and you said it in the gantry as well, in terms of best move in the match. Best move in the match. We pick it up deep. We play on the break and counter-attack. We snap passing, good hold-up play with your centre forward. He lays it off. Matondo doesn't panic, makes the right decision, lays it in. Lawrence, he'd missed an absolute cracking chance in the first half by rolling it past the post. Yeah. Doesn't do that this time, takes his time, confidently lays it away, and you think, we've just cut somebody absolutely open there. There's a Ross County cadaver just lying in the Hampden pitch there, and we're just circling round about it. Yeah. So that's exactly the type of incisive football you want to see, and lovely stuff. Yeah, and look, we'll sort of roll the next two goals up into one. What a place to be! We're just rolling goals up into one because there's so many.
The next goal, number 5, Czerny takes down the right wing. I thought it was a good bit of play from Czerny again. Maybe this was something Rangers have been working on, was finding players in the 6-yard box. I noticed that both wingers, even when it was on the left, Czerny was going into the 6-yard box as well. Firstly, maybe let's change up a bit. What do you think about that relationship that's developing between Matondo and Jefte on that left side? Because that's a couple of good games I think they've played in a row now, and they really seem to be getting it. And do you think that's something that Rangers have been working on the training ground? I mean, it's been referenced so many times. We don't often get a full week to work with us. To me, that looked at a clear target that we were trying to find people in the six, which unbelievably brings you goals.
Well, it's a mixture, in that, today we saw an element of not having to rely on James Tavernier, getting it out wide right, getting it thrown into the box. We were mixing it up, moving it to the top end of the pitch. We've spoken about Hefty coming from deep as well, Matondo playing particularly well. And then as you get up top, you're looking to just keep defences guessing. You're going to stretch them out wide and then trying to put it in and look for movement in the box, or you're going to take early shots, or you're trying to play it into the box and get touches and lay it off, hoping maybe a defender makes a mistake with a rash challenge. The fact is, Ross County, after let's say the first 20-25 minutes, couldn't get a grip on what we were going to do up top, and they were struggling all the way. And so that's definitely something that Philippe Clement is trying to get in: movement, patterns of play, keeping people guessing, scoring goals, all to the positive.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and long may it continue. And the final goal, 89 minutes, Rangers were just, knocking at the Ross County door. There was ball after ball coming into the box. I think it was Jefte that might actually cross the ball, and it sort of breaks between a couple of Ross County players, and it finds Danilo. And it just, what that guy's been through, the facial injury, and coming off, it's just brilliant to see him back.
Definitely, I think there was a lot of relief and pleasure to see him rolling it away. And he takes it really calmly, not like a guy who's been out for so long and hasn't scored. You think he might snatch at it and try and bust the net. Doesn't, just lets it kind of settle and roll it away. And again, Ross County helping him out there, and his his recovery by giving him a goal. But yeah, listen, when you're looking at it and you're going, right, you've got Tierney, Matondo, Lawrence, Dessers, Danilo as your kind of front players today, kind of coming on, and you've got goals for Matondo, goals for Dessers, goal for Lawrence, goal for Danilo, and you think that's exactly what you're sitting there looking for. You want goals from a lot of people, and sure enough, I don't think there've been many people kind of coming into Hampden this morning who'd have went, right, we'll be absolutely speaking positively about lots of goals from Dessers, Matondo, Lawrence and Danilo. Fantastic.
And what did you make of that today, that Rangers at times in the past have relied a lot on Tav for creating these things, but it went through the team. The team shared the load today in terms of creating goals and scoring the goals. What's your thoughts on that?
I think you're spot on with that. And again, listen, it's not a day for any sort of kind of naysayer stuff, right? But the caveat is, we know Ross County aren't great, but you can only play and beat what's in front of you and keep iterating and refining your game plan. And I go back to Philippe Clement again, which is he's trying to develop this team. He still thinks there's a lot more to come from it. There'll be tougher tests, fairly soon as well. And that all we can do is keep getting better and better. And if that's an inkling of what we're trying to get, and we've still got new bodies to come in and get rid of some players who weren't in the squad today or looking to get out this week as well, in terms of player kind of trading, then that bodes well. But if you're getting players to buy in and you're getting them to pick up tips and you're getting them to make better decisions in the final third, you're going to get more goals and you're going to be a more dangerous team. We started to see some of that today. Yeah,
and just sort of last thing to touch on, I think the sponsors gave the man of the match to Cyril Dessers. Do you agree with that?
Like you can nitpick and say it was Matondo. I think Lawrence had a particularly good game as well. Connor Barron's always in there. I think I said on the this Ibrox kind of X feed that he's grabbed a chance of coming into a big club and grabbing his jersey. I wish him really, really well with that. But do you know what? See, considering everything that goes with it and all the baggage, I'm going to leave Cyril Dessers with it, because he's had a hell of a time, and minute by minute, game by game, moment by moment, he's given us what we all wanted, which is goals. Yeah. Well, that's it exactly. What's he on now? 5 already since the start of the season, and an assist. Listen, if you'd have told me that at the start of the season, I wouldn't have believed you. But he had a lot of criticism, and he's turning opinion on him. That is the most positive I've heard everybody talking about him today. I think everybody was. The thing will be, and we're not ending on any sort of negativity here, but the thing will then be, right, big games. Big games, Cyril Dessers needs a couple of those big moments again and have that level of composure that he had today, which was first time finishes, not snatching at stuff, and then showing that he can actually bully defences and pull them out wide and hold the ball up. That's been a criticism of him, but today is a day for saying Ross County came here
Yeah.
with best of intentions, and Rangers, Cyril Dessers, Storm Lawrence, Rabbi Matondo, Danilo have shown them the door.
Yeah. Listen, I agree with you there, and I'm going to be slightly different and give it to Matondo. I was so impressed with him today. His work rate, the way he got forward, and he was considering his decisions more. I feel.
I'm willing to have 2 man of the match awards today. Right, we're going to we're going to give man of the match the forward line.
Yeah, just everybody.
Right, there we go. Everybody in the forward line.
That's exactly. But listen, I think that's a good place to just about wrap it up. So take care, everybody. We will be back tomorrow. That's Craig. I can't quite remember who else is on with him, but
every single week after a match reaction, nobody knows who's going to be on the Sunday. I'm shocking.
Yeah,
shocking.
But be there. We'll see you there. Take care, everybody, and goodbye.